Good morning, girls. Children, we are studying chapter quadrilaterals, and since last week we have been studying the different proofs and the different theorems and the proofs of those theorems. Now, today also I'm going to explain you one more theorem which says that a quadrilateral is a parallelogram if its one pair of opposite sides are equal and parallel. Yes, it is given that a quadrilateral in which one pair is equal and parallel, and we have to prove that that figure, that quadrilateral is a parallelogram. Now children, you know that the properties of the parallelogram says that opposite sides means both the pairs are equal and parallel. So suppose if this is a quadrilateral ABCD, and what is given, it is given that in this quadrilateral ABCD, one pair. So let us take this pair. AB is equal to CD and AB is parallel to CD. Now this will help us to prove the complete theorem, and if we prove that this pair is also equal and parallel, then we can write that ABCD is a parallelogram. Okay, so let's start with the proof. For this we have one construction, that let us join AC. Okay, let us join AC. Fine. So we have in the construction part we write join AC, which is a diagonal. Now, starting with the proof, we will use this pair. We know that this is parallel to this, that is AB is parallel to CD. Now when AB is parallel to CD, we know that this angle will be equal to this angle, and let us name it as 1 and 2. Okay, if I name it as 1 and 2, I can write angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Which type of angle? Alternate interior angles are what? Equal. Yes? Okay, now we will take these two triangles, we'll prove them to be congruent, and then we can prove this part to be equal and parallel. So let us start. In triangles, can you see? Yes, in triangles ABC and ADC. Yes, ABC and ADC. Now, we know that angle 1 is equal to angle 2. We have just now proved above. Fine, we need three corresponding parts. First part. Second part. AB is equal to CD. Yes, because it is given. And the third part which is given is, which is understood from this figure, that AC is equal to CA, which is the common side. Yes children, so we can say that side and angle. So that means these two triangles are congruent by SAS theorem, SAS criteria. So we can now write, therefore, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle ADC by SAS criterion. Yes. So this part is clear to you, that we will draw the quadrilateral and we write what is given. AB is equal to CD, AB is parallel to CD. We will join AC, and since we know that these lines are parallel, these alternate interior angles are equal. Then we prove the two triangles to be congruent by which criterion? By SAS. Now, I'll rub the statement and I'll continue here. And we can now write, after proving them to be congruent, we can now write, therefore, what? AD is equal to BC. What is that? CPCT. Now we can also prove that this angle is equal to this angle. Okay. Now why? Because they are corresponding parts of the congruent triangles. So we can write, let us number it again, 3 and 4. Okay. So we can now write angle 3 is equal to angle 4 is equal to angle 3, because I am first considering this triangle and then this triangle. So angle 4 is equal to 3 or 3 is equal to 4. Again CPCT. Now what type of angles are these? These are alternate interior angles. Now since the alternate interior angles are equal, we can now write that AD is parallel to BC. We have proved that AD is parallel to BC and AD is equal to BC. So therefore now we can write that since the opposite sides, since both the pairs of the opposite sides are equal and parallel, therefore ABCD is a parallelogram. Okay, so I hope this is clear to you. You will draw the figure, and as you will go through my video, you will understand, write the steps systematically, prove the two triangles to be congruent, and then what you do, write the corresponding parts to be equal, because 3 and 4 are alternate interior angles, and since they are equal, these lines are parallel, and these two opposite sides are parallel and equal, then it is a parallelogram, because already this pair is given to be equal and parallel. So we have proved that ABCD is a parallelogram because AB is parallel to CD, AB is equal to CD given, and also AD is equal to BC and AD is parallel to BC, which satisfies the property of the parallelogram. Okay, so this completes your proof, and you will complete this in your notebook. If you have any queries, children, you can ask me. Now I will start with the first exercise. Let us see the first question. And children, I hope you are completing your work and studying regularly. Yes, in between you can ask me your doubts, and any other doubts also, some previous doubts also you can ask me. Okay. Now the first question is exercise 8.1. You must be having your book with you. The angles of the quadrilateral are in the ratio of 3:5:9:13. The ratio is 3:5:9 13. Yes. Now you have to find the angles of what? The quadrilateral. You know that in a quadrilateral, the sum of the four angles is how much? 360 degree. So let us assume this angle, the four angles to be the multiples of x, and we can write, let the angles be what? 3x, 5x, 9x and 13x. So let us add them. 3x plus 5x plus 9x plus 13x equals to 360 degree. Now when you solve this, you get 13 and 3. 13 and 3 will give you 16, 16 and 5 will give you 21, 21 and 9 will give you 30. So 30x is equal to 360, x is equal to 360 upon 30, and that will give you 12. Now 12 is not the answer, we have to find what? We have to find the measure of the angle. So x is equal to 12, 3x, 3 into 12, 36, then 5 into 12, 9 into 12 and 13 into 12. So these are the four angles of the given quadrilateral, and you can check out when you add the four angles, the sum should be how much? It should be 360 degree. Okay, so this completes your question number 1 from the exercise 8.1. Next, I'm rubbing this, easy to understand. The next question is, if the diagonals of the parallelogram are equal, then it is a rectangle. Now what is a rectangle? A rectangle is a parallelogram in which the opposite sides are equal and parallel and the diagonals are equal in length. Each angle, or we can say one of the angle, is a right angle. So if we prove that, okay, first let me draw the figure. Question number 2 says that if the diagonals of the parallelogram are equal, then it is a rectangle. So let us draw a parallelogram, okay, naming it as ABCD. Draw the diagonal, this, and let them meet at O. It is given that parallelogram ABCD in which AC and BD meet at O and also AC is equal to BD. This is given. Yes, as I told you before also, children, that when you are proving any sum, you have to first write what is given and then you can start with the proof. Now, if we prove that one of the angle is a right angle, then we can say that it is a rectangle. Okay, so let us start with the proof. Now, take triangles. We have to consider two triangles in such a way that we can prove them to be congruent. And which conditions we can take opposite sides and this diagonals are equal, and yes, okay. So let us take triangle ABC, yes, and triangle this one DBC. Okay, now when you are looking for a proof, or when you are trying to prove any sum, children, you have to first analyze the question and then start with the proof. Just don't write randomly anything, otherwise you will get stuck up in between. So ABC is one triangle and DBC is another triangle. Now when we have to prove the two triangles to be congruent, we can take the first part as BC is equal to BC common. Yes, this part is common for both the triangles. Now you know that this is a parallelogram, so AB is equal to CD. Yes, opposite sides of a parallelogram. Yes, number 3. And the third part is AC is equal to BD. And what? This is given that the diagonals are equal. Now when you see that the two triangles are, the three parts are equal, we can now write that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DBC by SSS congruence. Now when I say the SSS congruence, what are the corresponding parts? We can say that this angle is equal to this angle. That means we can say that angle ABC is equal to angle DCB. Why? Because the corresponding parts of the congruent triangles CPCT. Now we also know that these are parallel lines because it is a parallelogram. So we can then write AB is parallel to CD, yes, and BC is the transversal. So children, when we were studying parallel lines or lines and angles in class 6th, we know that if any two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal, the co-interior angles should be supplementary. So over here we can write angle A, because we are talking about these two parallel lines and these two angles, so we can write angle ABC plus angles DCB is equal to how much? 180 degree. And what is the reason we are going to write? Co-interior angles are supplementary. Now, we have just now proved that ABC is equal to DCB. ABC is equal to DCB, so we can write angle ABC plus angle ABC. I will substitute for DCB ABC as both are equal. is equal to 180 degree. Yes. Then twice angle ABC is equal to 180 degree. Angle ABC will be equal to 180 by 2, which is how much? 90 degree. So therefore, angle ABC is equal to 90 degree. Now since we have proved that this angle is a 90 degree angle, we can now say that ABCD, therefore ABCD is a rectangle. Now what is a rectangle? A rectangle is a parallelogram in which one angle is a right angle. So this completes your proof, and I hope it is clear to you. Draw the figure, draw the diagonals, they are equal, this is given. Then we consider the two triangles and prove them to be congruent by SSS. Then when the two triangles are congruent by SSS, we will consider these two triangles as they are the corresponding parts of the congruent triangles, they are equal. When they they are equal, and because they lie between the two parallel lines, so they are supplementary. Angle B plus angle C, because they are supplementary angles, and we have just now proved that ABC is equal to DCB. So in place of ABC and DCB, for DCB I substitute ABC, and then we prove that angle ABC, after the calculations, that this is a 90 degree angle. Now since in a parallelogram one angle is a right angle, so we can say that ABCD is a rectangle. You can write the last statement as, since ABCD is a parallelogram with one angle as a right angle, therefore ABCD is a rectangle. So I have completed 2 questions today from the exercise 8.1, children. Now what you do, you complete all this in your notebook, and then tomorrow we'll continue the next set of questions. If you have any queries, any doubts, previous theorems also you study carefully, write down the proof, practice the proofs. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Okay, thank you. Have a good day.